And in my presentation, I'm going to talk about my sponsor Rotary Club, my family, Hungary, and about me. So Hungary. Hungary is located in Europe, in the middle of Europe, as you can see on the picture. Its area is almost 3 times bigger than Taiwan, but its population is about the half of Taiwan's. We speak the Hungarian language, which is one of the world's most difficult language. And here you can see the Hungarian flag, in which red means power, white means loyalty, and green means hope. Our capital city is Budapest, Budapest. There are some famous places in Budapest, such as the Chain Bridge, the Hungarian Parliament building, which is my favorite building of all. Here is the Fisherman's Castle and the Margaret Island. It is the River Danube. Hungarian gastronomy. As you could taste a few minutes ago, I made pancakes for you. Maybe it's not the most typical Hungarian dish, but everybody loves it in Hungary. And maybe the most famous is goulash soup, which is a soup full of vegetables and meat, and it's very delicious. And here is fish soup, which we usually eat at Christmas, and langos, which is actually it's fried pastry with cheese and sour cream. And here are 2 sweet things. It is called Rákóczi túros, and it is túrórudi, which is cottage cheese covered with chocolate. Some Hungarian drinks. These are alcoholic drinks, and the first one is maybe the most typical, and it is also a Hungaricum. And Hungaricum means something typically Hungarian, and you can't find it anywhere, just in Hungary. So the first is Pálinka, which is made from plum. In the middle, it is Unicum, and it is Tokai Asu, and Tokai is a Hungarian town, and it is named after it. Some Hungarian inventions. I try to find Hungarian inventions which you definitely know and use almost every day, and I think they change the world. So at first, here is László Bíró with his invention, the biro, which was named after him, and it is a pen with a ball. In the 20th century, he was working as a journalist, and he wanted to find out something which he can write, and the biro is good because it doesn't leave spots on the paper, and it dries very quickly, so it made his job easy. Here is Imre Brody, who was a chemist in the 19th century, and he invented the noiseless, non-explosive match. And the last one, the Rubik's Cube, which you definitely know, but maybe you didn't know that a Hungarian man invented it, Ernő Rubik. In Hungary we call it magic cube or Rubik's cube. He invented it in 1974. He was working as a teacher in a Hungarian university when he invented this cube as a teaching tool, and with this he could explain his students easily these structural problems, and he also invented it to solve these structural problems. My sponsor Rotary Club is Rotary Club Mosonmagyaróvár. I live in Mosonmagyaróvár, which is quite a little city in Hungary, and we have a small Rotary Club, and I would like to tell you which projects they had and something about them. So here you can see my whole club and their activities. Last year they gave life back to the local hospital to make the doctor's job easier with it. And also they helped young people by buying a musical instrument, and they offered scholarship for a talented dancer to Austria. There is also a prize called Nagy László Prize. László Nagy was a Rotarian in my city. And also they sent exchange students. This year, from my club, there is another boy who went to Brazil, and me. Mosonmagyaróvár, the town where I live, you can see some pictures of my town. It's quite small. The population is about 30,000 people, so Tainan is so big for me. I live quite near to the bank of the river Danube, and it is a beautiful place to visit in my town. Here you can see the town hall here, and it is the castle of Mosonmagyaróvár, which is now a part of the university. It is the pedestrian street, it's in the city center, and here is the hedgement of my town. My family. Here you can see my family, my parents and my two younger brothers. We love hiking and traveling together. I really love traveling, so it's one of the points I'm here now. We recently visited the castle of Bakony. Bakony is a hill in Hungary. Here is the castle. And we went to the Czech Republic to visit this church. And it is also in the Bakony Hills. It's a beautiful lake. And here I am with my siblings. How can my brothers be connected with the most famous Hungarian legend? The most famous Hungarian legend tells us the origin of the Hungarians. It is about two brothers. They are called Hunor and Magor, such as my younger brothers. He's Hunor and he's Magor. So this legend is about these two brothers who went on a hunting trip where they followed the miraculous deer. And the deer guided them to found a new home, which is now Hungary. So the two brothers decided not to go somewhere else, but stay in the area which is now Hungary. So the deer guided them to there. That's why it's the most famous legend. Of course, it's not true, but we learned it at schools, and yes, my brothers got the same name as these brothers. A bit about me. I've been playing the piano for almost 2 years. I really love it, and it seems I can continue it in Taiwan. Thanks for my host parents. I used to go and do yoga, and I love going spinning and exercising. Thank you for your attention.